You're listening to the Unnamed podcast with your host, Midnight Lunatic. Available on Anchor.fm.
Hello, Midnight Crew, and welcome to Unnamed Podcast. And we are just weeks away from the end of Season 1. And I'm excited, but I'm also weirded out because where has the time gone? Feels like just last week I started this whole thing, and now we're 8 weeks into this. It's crazy. So, as we start counting down the days before Season 1 ends, let's also start by looking at Fact of the Week. And this Fact of the Week is kind of, I don't necessarily know if it's going to be a mind blower, but let's go ahead and read it anyways. Dogs experience a chemical explosion in their brain when they see a human holding a treat for them. So it's kind of interesting for me because I own a dog and I give my dog treats. And when I get a treat, the expressions that she makes on her face, it's like she only thinks about the treat and nothing else. Like she ignores the rest of the world and just focuses on getting that treat. Like she's determined to do whatever to get that treat into her mouth. And I guess it's the same way, how I feel about Chinese food, Chinese food is my favorite food. So anytime there's some Chinese food right there, I'm just like, what can I do to get you inside my mouth? So I guess it's even there. But anyways, enough playing around. Let's get straight into the news. So last week we talked about murder hornets. And within that week, I came across a video showing how Japanese bees deal with these hornets. And it's just crazy to see. I'll be putting up the video on my channel, so go check it out on my channel, including with the podcast. So make sure you go check that out. But for those listening to the podcast, I won't be adding any audio. So you will have to go on to my channel if you want to see that video. So let's go ahead and let's start that.
European bees. These Japanese bees do not attack. Instead, they lure the scout inside. Still, the bees hang fire. Then, one is caught. It's the signal the others have been waiting for. Surrounded by vibrating bodies, the hornet at the core of the bee ball begins to overheat. The bees have the advantage, a heat tolerance 2 degrees above that of their enemy. At 46 degrees Celsius, the aggressor is roasted alive. The wild bees have spent millions of years living with the enemy.
So I'm not saying it's a good thing, but wouldn't it be something just to get some of those bees from Japan and bring them over here to deal with these hornets? Imagine if we got our American bees and put them to train with the Japanese bees, like the military, and just think about this. All right. Imagine a Japanese bee wearing a helmet, right? Like a soldier helmet, right? And it's in front of thousands of American bees, right? And the hornet, or not the hornet, the Japanese bee is just buzzing orders on how to deal with the hornets to the American bees. That's kind of a funny sight, right? That's No, but honestly, it's just crazy that those bees are here though. Like, like I said last week, there's already so much going on, and then these hornets, come out of nowhere. And speaking of crazy, so it kind of ties in, with the murder hornets, which is it's going to be crazy. Watch. So the Simpsons, you guys know the show The Simpsons, right? Well, for years they've been predicting things, that's either already happened or going to happen or is currently happening. So they did that again by predicting the virus and the murder hornets, or murder bees as they predicted in The Simpsons.
Please don't tell the supervisor I have the flu.
I've been working with a shattered pelvis for 3 weeks.
Oh, my juice loosener's never gonna come.
Hey, Dad, this came for you in the mail.
Mother, get an extra special hug ready. I bought you a new juicer. Good Lord. Flu germs entering every orifice in my head.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
What the?
The dreaded Osaka flu has hit Springfield with over 300 cases now reported.
We need a cure! We need a cure!
Why, the only cure is bed rest. Anything I give you would only be a placebo.
Where did we get these placebos?
Maybe there's some in this truck. I'm cured. I mean, ouch.
And that's kind of familiar to murder hornets, if you ask me. I mean, murder bees, murder hornets. It's kind of crazy. And this was back in 1993, so this is years ago. How can they possibly predict that? It's crazy. It's mind-blowing. So at this point, I'm 95% sure that the Simpsons writers can predict the future. And maybe we should start paying attention to the show just to find out what's going to happen next, They already predicted so much. The Super Bowl, halftime shows, Trump becoming president, just all kinds of stuff they've predicted. Like I said, this isn't the first time that they have predicted the future, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the last time. Now, to say this is a coincidence or not, that's the real question we got to get down to. Myself, I've never been a fan of The Simpsons. I've never really sat down and watched an episode of it. I've seen bits and pieces, here and there, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. I've watched The Simpsons movie, and I enjoyed that. But the show, it has a different feel to me that I can't get into it. And it's the same one with other shows, too, that people are like, what, you haven't watched that either? What? But yeah, I've just never been a big fan of The Simpsons, as a show. So, I mean, there's clearly something going on there, though. I mean, they predicted so many things. Maybe I should start watching, Maybe I should. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this coincidence? Or do you guys think they can actually predict the future? I'm convinced that they can. So I wonder what's going to happen next. I guess we just got to watch the show and see what's going to happen. Pay more attention to it, I guess. So, now to change the subject. Last week, I said that I wasn't able to watch the newest episode of Rick and Morty. And because I said something, I got a voice message from Rick. Let's take a listen.
Is this thing on? This is a transmission for Midnight Lunatic. This is Rick Sanchez coming to you. I just wanted to send you this little transmission just to let you know I'm really gonna need you to watch the latest episode of Rick and Morty because I mean we worked on it really hard and a lot of people wanted to see this and I think you should really watch it and man, I don't have time to do all this. I like your podcast. It's good for what it is. I mean, it's not the best podcast. I clearly could make a better podcast, but for what it is, it's pretty good. So, all right, Midnight Lunatic, Rick Sanchez out.
So, Rick, because you said something, and I'm glad you did, I am happy to report that I did see the episode. And I will continue to watch the episode because Rick and Morty is just an amazing show. So please, Rick, please don't come and kill me. I know you and Morty, work hard on those episodes, and I appreciate it. I think we all appreciate it. Also, for those Rick and Morty fans like myself, have you seen the newest show from the creators of Rick and Morty? It's called Solar Opposites. It's a new show on Hulu only. It's like one of those Hulu originals. And I'm not going to say much about it. Go check it out if you have Hulu. I highly recommend it. But I recently started watching it, and it's very reminiscent of Rick and Morty. So if you are a fan of the show, Rick and Morty, go watch it because it's kind of like the exact same thing, but different. Like, it's the same kind of comedy and same type of, like, mindset of the show, I guess. But, like, just different characters and different storylines and all that. It's a good show. I recommend it. I got hiccups. I'm still watching. I'm still brand new to the show. I've only watched a couple episodes. But it's a good show. It's pretty funny. Go check it out. I recommend it. So this next subject is kind of ridiculous. So first off, let me send my condolences to the family and friends affected by this, tragedy, what happened.
News breaking overnight in the killing of an unarmed black man in Georgia.
That's right, Gail. The two white men who confronted him in his neighborhood are now charged with murder and aggravated assault. Gregory and Travis McMichael, a father and son, were arrested last night. They deny any wrongdoing in the shooting death of 25-year-old Ahmad Arbor. More than 2 months ago, Omar Villafranca has new information and reaction from Arbery's family.
This is a good birthday gift. I wish my son was here.
Marcus Arbery says he is relieved that the men accused of killing his son Ahmad last February are in the Glynn County Jail. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations arrested Gregory and Travis McMichael Thursday evening. The father and son duo told police they thought he was a burglary suspect and shot the unarmed man during a confrontation. But Arbery says his son was not a criminal.
He was a good, well-mannered, respectful young man, athletic, love people.
The arrest comes just days after cell phone video was released showing the final moments of Arbery's life as he jogged in his own neighborhood. The video appears to show the McMichaels after they chased Arbery in their truck. Gregory told police Travis and Arbery fought over the shotgun before Travis shot him 2 times. CBS News can now confirm the video was filmed by this man, William Bryan. According to the case's previous prosecutor, the McMichaels and William Bryan were following Arbery, thinking he was a burglary suspect. The police have not said that Arbery committed a crime.
He just had a good heart. And you think he deserved to be lynched like that by a lynch mob? No.
Arbery family attorney Lee Merritt says he also expects Bryan to be charged.
My understanding is that investigation is still ongoing.
CBS News can also confirm the video was leaked by this man, Alan Tucker, the former attorney for Gregory and Travis McMichael. According to a statement, Tucker says his sole purpose in releasing the video was absolute transparency. Fellow Arbery family attorney Ben Crump says the video is what might have propelled the case forward.
I believe that the video was all the probable cause you needed to arrest these murderous father and son duo.
CBS News has learned new details about the former prosecutor assigned to the case, George Barnhill of the Waycross Judicial Circuit. We obtained the email Barnhill sent to the Georgia Attorney General along with his recusal letter. In it, Barnhill explains his son, who is also an attorney, had previously investigated Arbery. He also included what he claimed was the criminal history of Arbery's relatives.
In that letter does not line up with the law in the least bit.
We reached out to the McMichaels but did not hear back. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations will tell us more about this case at a press conference later on today. And there are rallies planned for Arbery, and they will go on as planned to celebrate his life on what would be his 26th birthday. Gail?
Oh, Omar, the more details you hear, the tougher it is. That video is heartbreaking, but that video, like Attorney Crump says, I believe, turned out to be a big game changer. Thank goodness for the video and social media in this case. It totally changed this perspective. Tony?
All right, Gail, thank you very much. Omar, thank you.
After 10 weeks, I'm telling you guys, after 10 weeks, they finally arrested the guys. After that video came up, that's when they made the arrest. And mind this, guys, it was back in February, and we're now in May, and they just caught them. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I know if it was one of my family members put in that situation, I would want justice right then and there. Why am I having to wait all this time knowing that the killers that killed my son or cousin or whoever still out there? It just goes to show that some police forces, not all, but some, just don't care enough to continue the search for the people. They just give up when things go hard. They don't continue the search. You know, there was, I guarantee, witnesses there that they could talk to. You know, I'm pretty sure there was someone that they could have got information from. But instead, they had to wait 10 weeks. That's just absurd. Absurd. So yeah, his family finally got justice, but that still doesn't bring the guy back. You know, and it doesn't really do no good. It might give them peace at mind, but it's not going to mend the emptiness in their hearts I know that they're feeling from their loss. But on the bright side of things, it was good to see the community care enough about this guy that they probably never even met, and supported the family and friends in their grieving time. And what was cool was the community actually did a jogging event in the honor of Ahmad, yeah. And it's good to see a community come together like that, but it's still shocking that somewhere out there, there's people dying, and the killers are constantly getting away. And it's just mind blowing. It's crazy. I mean, I'm glad it finally came to an end, but still, condolences to the family and friends. So the next subject, kind of taken away from the sadness, I thought was a joke at first when I came across it, but as I actually read into the story, it happened to be true. And this one is a mind-blowing one. So if you guys haven't heard already, you know, it's kind of been blowing up everywhere on social media sites. But the coronavirus, the COVID-19 virus, right, was found in the semen of the COVID-19 survivors. They found the virus in semen. Like, what? So it's still unclear if this disease, or not disease, this virus can be sexually transmitted. They're still trying to understand that a little bit more. But there was traces of the COVID-19 virus that was found in the semen of several infected men. So it was raising the possibility of the virus to be sexually transmitted, and this could be a bad thing for everyone. I'm telling you. So researchers found, the evidence in six men out of a group of 38 patients at a hospital in China who provided, I guess, semen samples. And the 6 men included 4 who were still infected and 2 that were recovering. So even though they were recovering, they still had traces of that in their semen. I don't know why they would provide a sample of that. I guess they're doing things differently in China. I don't know. But the infectious viruses like Zika have been found in semen, in the past. So kind of just makes you question, like, is this virus a new STD? Is this considered an STD too? I mean, kind of sounds like it, right? I mean, at this point, I still don't know what to believe. I don't know if this is just like a hoax, like someone just made up this fake story, or if it's actually true. I don't know. I don't know. I have to assume it's true because there's no signs that it's fake. So I guess all I can say is, for those people out there wanting to Netflix and chill during this quarantine, just remember the story. And take extra steps, I guess. Wrap it before you tap it. No kissing. I don't know. I don't know what freaky stuff you guys be doing, but like, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I don't want you to catch no virus because this is getting ridiculous, out of hand. Anyways, whatever. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on that. That's mind blowing for me. I don't know what to think about that. So now switching over to something that might be good, might be bad, depending on how you want to take it. If you haven't heard already, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you have, because, it's kind of big. It's big news. States are starting to reopen. And like I said, I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. It's possibly, for me, I would consider it a bad thing. I would rather have states not reopen so soon, especially knowing that the cases, they're still on the rise. They're not declining. They haven't gone down. They're still on the rise. So it made no sense to me that states want to reopen so early. I get it. The economy is not looking good. We're starting to lose our funds and everything. But at the same time, it's like, it's too soon. It's too soon. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I miss going out places, and I sure need a freaking haircut. So, I guess it's a good thing. I got to get my haircut now. But at the same time, like, there's a second wave of this virus coming, and the government has already admitted to that. And they also said that it's going to be worse than this first one that hit. So why even risk, why even risk it? Like, is money really more important than human lives? Like, I get it. Yes, businesses are suffering. Our funds are starting to get low. But there's are there not other options we can take instead of reopening up? Like, yeah, I get places are being extra cautious now. They're making their employees wear gloves and face masks, and as well as the customers, they have to wear face masks and, all that to even get inside of different stores and restaurants and this and that. And it might make a slow spread, but it's not going to stop it as well as if we were to just stay home like another month. Like, yeah, it's still going to have, progress slowing it down, but not as much as if we were to stay home. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I know not everyone's going to agree with that. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. So, I just feel like there are other ways that the government is either hiding, not talking about, or is not going to make them a profit. So I have a list here of all the states that are reopening. And if you're in one of these states, let me know. And let me know how you guys feel about reopening. So the list consists of Alaska, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Ohio, Kansas, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, North Dakota, Ohio. Did I say Ohio twice? Felt like I said Ohio twice. Anyways, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Wyoming. So I live in Arizona. That's one of the states that I live in. And by the time you guys hear this, it's already reopened. So it's kind of too late to even really discuss reopening because it's already open. So I guess here comes round 2 of Call of Duty Zombies, huh? Make sure I gotta stock up on my ammo and hit that mystery box for a new gun, because once this second wave starts, I have to be ready to shoot to kill at this point. But anyways, guys, that is going to be all for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Continue to be safe out there. Make smart decisions. Try not to go out in public still, even though states are starting to reopen. And if you don't necessarily need to go out, I recommend just staying home. Just don't even risk it. And yeah, guys, this has been fun. A lot of crazy drama going on. We'll see what happens. We'll continue to stay updated, and we'll see you guys next week. This is Midnight Lunatic signing off. I love y'all.